Marcelo, congrats again on the win, man. First round knockout. Obviously, it's got to feel good. Just want to get your first thoughts on your performance and how the fight played out.
Thank you. Everything at work, I come more to, I always like grappling, but I come to strike this fight. I train a lot of striking, and I'm happy with the performance. Everything I plan to do in training camp, I'll be able to perform tonight to show my work.
I want to ask you a little bit about that too, because obviously you're mostly known for your BJJ, but your striking has really improved pretty much every fight. Talk to me a little bit about the development of that aspect of your game and kind of where you're at with that.
When I first started training, fighting MMA, I actually black belt jiu-jitsu at the time already, and I did like 7 amateur kickboxing fights to try to get ready for feel comfortable with their striking, and actually it's become pretty good striker, 7-0 as a kickboxing. And most of my victories before I start strike, I never try to take anybody down. I'm doing very good in my feet. But after taking my first loss, I take like a little bit break from MMA. 4.5 years, I stopped strike, I stopped kick, I stopped doing everything. Just doing jiu-jitsu at the time. And it feels like I get a little bit rusty on my strike. I don't have enough time to go back, fight MMA, let my striking go, feel comfortable to throw. Yeah, that's why I rely on I'm good at jiu-jitsu. And that's why I stopped a little bit striking my other fights, you know.
Last question for me. Obviously 6 points. We got to see how the rest of the fights go tonight, but I just want to get your thoughts. Like, what would fighting for $1 million mean to you with your career and just everything you've been through?
Be great, man. I come from Brazil, you know. My mom is she's clean houses for a living. My dad's a taxi driver. He's passed away, and he struggled so much. I struggled so much to get where I am today. And I feel like winning this $1 million, I can change a lot of people's life and my family. It's a big change, you know.
Thank you.
Right next door.
Parabéns, Germão.
Obrigado.
So, firstly, you were a big underdog in this fight. I don't know if you knew that. How did it feel to go out there and upset the public?
I feel like I underdog this fight because my last fight I have a very bad performance. I feel like I fall home. My first time fighting in Las Vegas, where I have all my students, my family, my friends there to watch, and I put a lot of pressure on myself. And when I get into the cage, I don't feel right. It feels, the adrenaline is crazy, and I feel like I performed very bad. I got sour very quick in the fight, like 3 minutes I'm dead, tired. And I go back to the training camp, the training, and see what I did wrong, and try to stay more relaxed this time. Maybe that's why I'm underdog, because I have a very bad performance my last fight.
What did it feel like going up there against another Brazilian? Because I know sometimes Brazilian versus Brazilian, it brings an interesting dynamic to the fight.
I have a lot of respect for Danilo. He's a very nice guy. His training camp is a very nice people in there. I kind of said in the first fight now I'm going to fight him. I don't want to fight him, of course. But there's a bracket, not you can do. Whatever PFL give us, you cannot say no, you have to take, you know.
And lastly, how do you kind of scout the rest of the division? Because, I mean, you got Sheffield, you got Ferreira, Goltsov. I mean, you got some monsters there, man. How do you feel like you start?
Yeah, but if I'm not a monster too, I don't be out here, you know. Like, I cannot think about that too much. Go one fight at a time, but hopefully I qualify to fight the semifinals, and whatever they give me, I'm excited to go there and show my work, you know.
Valeu.
Obrigado.
And the way back and then undisputed after that.
First off, congratulations on the 6 points, man. I know you came in here 0-1, so you really had some work to do. How does it feel to, bank those 6 points, especially when you had your back against the wall?
I come in this fight to kill or die because I know my situation in the PFL. Probably if I lose, I be out, and I come here to try to take his head off. There's a plan to kill or die, how I say, you know.
So, you've obviously been known as a grappler. You said earlier you were a little bit of a kickboxer, those 7 amateur kickboxing fights, but does it feel a little bit sweeter you got it done on the feet and did something that not a lot of people expected you to do?
Of course, I think like people only know me for grappling. I think after this win, people are going to respect my striking now and be a little bit worried about my stand-up too, not only worried about my grappling. He's probably worried about my grappling today, and I surprised him. I come here and strike.
And one last question. I know this format's a little bit different from a lot of leagues, but how do you feel about the league format? Are you in it, or is this something that you've gotten used to in your time in the PFL?
Yeah, I started getting used to it. It's kind of hard to fight every 2 months, you know. It's usually you fight 2 or 3 times a year, but if you keep winning, you have to fight 4 times in 1 year. You have to train very smart for not get injured or anything like that, you know.
Undisputed, and then over here to my right.
you speak of what I mean. First off, congrats on the big knockout.
Thank you.
I know when you tap your chest at the end, he was like, man, you kind of showed me with the other heavyweights, like, I can strike. Now, you think I'm a grappler, but I think I can strike. Would that be a fair assessment to say?
Yeah, like I hit my chest a lot because all my victory I give it to my dad. My dad passed away 2 years ago, and I hear now everything I do to try to make him proud. I fight for him now, and all my wins is go to him. It's not me; it's him blessing me today.
And with you being ranked number 2, and, where do you see yourself? I know it's next for you in the next fight. The $1 million said you want to help out your family. Is there any other friends that you see family that you just want to help out your own country?
Yes, every time I go to Brazil, I start training jiu-jitsu in the garage. How I say, my mom clean houses, my dad is a taxi driver. I have nothing back there. My dad he's have like a polio as young. He's like a kind of handicapped. He can walk, but he's ended up in his life in a wheelchair. By young, I remember my dad bring me tournaments and he stay in the car. I compete jiu-jitsu, he stay in the car the whole day because he cannot walk up the stairs to be able to watch me, You go in there, diesel the money, the gas, don't have money for eat sometimes. He's staying there all day, no bathroom, nothing, just waiting for me. And I feel if I win this, I can help a lot of people. Every time I go to Brazil, back to my country, I always throw like jiu-jitsu seminars out there where I can bring people in and I ask for food or I ask for money where I can buy food. My last time in Brazil, I delivered like over 100 essentials like for food in the favelas where people like really need. Every time I go to Brazil, I try to do something to give back to them,
And my other question is, if you win the $1 million, are you looking to start like an outreach program in Brazil, for young people trying to get into MMA?
Yes, I want to I want to give them back because I come from a project like that. I started training in the garage, then I moved to train with Drysdale Jiu-Jitsu, Robert Drysdale, where he's given me the opportunity to come to the West, teach Jiu-Jitsu out here. And I get married here, have family now. Now if I go back to Brazil with money, definitely I want to help them out. The people actually need it.
All right, over here and then opposite side.
Okay,
Also, congratulations on the win.
thank you.
How does the weather in Brazil compare to here in Atlanta, and how do you like Atlanta?
I love it here. This is very similar to Brazil, When I first moved to America, I start by to Vegas first for a week, then I go to Guam, where I met my wife there. Really beautiful place, paradise, but very hot weather. Then after that, I moved to Minnesota, where it's really freezing cold. Then I stayed in Minnesota for 3 years. Then I go to Vegas, where it's super hot. So I was like, I love this weather here,
And then when you were fighting Danilo, did your game plan pretty much play out? Did he pretty much do the things you thought he would?
Yeah, I watch his fight. He's throw a lot of the push kicks to the body. I expect he's doing that. And he tries to stay long and run away a lot from the kicks. And I see he's very heavy on his front leg. And I plan to kick his calf the whole time, although he's fall down. That's my game plan tonight. It works out. I think like it distracted him with the leg kicks and then go upstairs with the hands and be able to get a knockout.
And then lastly for me, what is it like to be a part of the PFL? What does that mean to you?
PFL been great for me, man. Like I used to fight small shows, like pretty much warm up in the parking lot. Now we're here. PFL is growing crazy. I'm very excited to be part of this.
Thank you. Respect and boa noite.
Boa noite.
To your friends and family that you said showed up to the last fight that you said you didn't perform all that well to, what do you have to say to them now?
Last time I kind of depressed. I say sorry to them. I brought them all the way to Brazil here to watch me, and you lost, and you felt depressed after. You see your family. Next morning, the living room was sad about crying. I want to say I don't know. I'm very happy. I don't even have words to say. I believe they're very happy right now and proud of me.
What was the best piece of advice that you got from that experience that took you to now?
I feel like I compete a lot of jiu-jitsu. Sometimes you lose jiu-jitsu. You learn more when you lose than when you win, I look back at my last fight, I grabbed Mauricio Green in the cage and I waste a lot of energy there, try to take him down and try force things, Today you can see I clinched Danilo a little bit, I kind of relax, working my knees there, and I even try to take him down. I just kind of breathe. Last time I cannot breathe, I sprinted the whole time. I too excited, I guess,
And my final question to you is, that young man that started training jiu-jitsu in his garage in Brazil,
What do you think about the man that's standing here right now that just got a huge victory?
Man, I
here in
come
the
a,
PFL?
I come a long way, man. I look back, every time I go to fight, I look back, all the struggle, all my family did it for me. Sometimes my mom and dad don't pay power for me to be able to compete jiu-jitsu, cut the power in the house, cut the water in the house, You go to competition like 6 hours away to Rio de Janeiro, with this with the bus ticket, no food, nothing, no place to sleep, just go over there. It's very limited at time, Now I feel blessed, and this country is being blessed to me. I'm coming a long way, really long way from where I come from. Every time I fight, I think about that. I remember one time in Brazil when I take my documents to come here, I remember this guy telling me, man, stop doing this fighting thing. You're not going to make anywhere. Go get a job. And didn't listen to me. Didn't listen to him, man. Still pushing, still grinding, and today, I be able to be proud of myself.
Pat yourself on the chest just like that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.